Welcome back, guys. On this video, we are talking about what we're expecting on your favorite series, Jhanak. Obviously, people that have been following the updates know that we are covering both the DNA track, both the marriage track of Jhanak and Rishi, and also the truth coming out. Basically, that is what July teasers recovered. But I'm doing the updates to like break down each episode, spoilers before it's shown on TV. This show became all of a sudden very interesting, especially this current track. And you guys don't forget to subscribe in case you have not subscribed. This is continuation of the last video that I posted on the show. So without wasting any of your time, guys, let us jump straight into the video of today on what we are expecting on Jana.
The episode begins with the police inspector informing Rishi's family that they arrived just in time to save Rishi's life. While everyone anxiously checks on him, Rishi reveals that Jhanak was the one who saved him. The inspector asks Rishi and Jhanak to explain what really happened, but Aditi accuses Jhanak of being responsible for Rishi's ordeal and claims she should have been arrested instead. The inspector, however, insists on hearing the truth before reaching any conclusions. When Dadabhai questions why Jhanak kept everything a secret, she says she will explain everything before leaving the house, adding that no one needs to worry because she has no intention of staying there. Arshi mocks her, saying she always talks about leaving but never does. Rishi then reveals the shocking truth that Ankush was behind the entire conspiracy. He explains that Ankush kidnapped both him and Jhanak to take revenge on Indranath. Jhanak was forced to administer the wrong medicine to Indranath but refused to do so despite being threatened. Since Ankush's men were constantly watching her, she had no opportunity to inform anyone. Rishi further reveals that Ankush later tried to kill him as punishment for Jhanak's disobedience. However, Jhanak secretly slipped a letter into the dig's pocket, leading the police to Indranath's house just in time to rescue them. He makes it clear that Jhanak did not try to harm him. She risked her own life to save him. Aditi realizes that Rishi had been held at Indranath's house all along, which explains why his phone location traced back there. After hearing the truth, the police inspector records Rishi's statement, asks him to resume duty the following day, and leaves. Once the police depart, Rishi shocks everyone with another announcement. He declares that he cannot live without Jhanak and says Aditi neither trusts nor understands him. Admitting that there is no love left in his marriage, he asks Aditi for a mutual divorce and openly declares that he wants to marry Jhanak after the divorce is finalized. He tells his family that if they refuse to accept Jhanak into the house, he is prepared to leave and live with her elsewhere. His words leave Aditi heartbroken. Although Rishi assures Aditi that he will always help her if she ever needs him, he asks her to think about his proposal. He then asks Putul to take care of Jhanak before leaving for his room. Later, Dhritiman and Sanjabati discuss the situation. Dhritiman believes Jhanak has proven herself to be a good person and regrets that everyone judged her without evidence. While he feels Rishi is clear about his feelings, Sanjabati believes he handled the situation poorly by announcing his decision publicly without considering Aditi's emotional state. Dhritiman reminds her that divorce is a long process and says Rishi is acting impulsively because of love. Elsewhere, Tanushri and Abhimanyu are equally disturbed by Rishi's decision. Tanushri says marriage is not a game and feels Rishi humiliated Aditi without thinking about her dignity. Abhimanyu admits he never imagined his son would treat marriage so lightly, while Mishti blames Jhanak for influencing Rishi and changing him completely. Tanushri agrees, saying Rishi has not been the same since Jhanak entered his life. Meanwhile, Neelu and Arshi comfort Aditi while blaming Jhanak for everything. Neelu claims Jhanak is taking revenge for Nutan by destroying Aditi's marriage. While Arshi vows she will never allow Rishi and Jhanak to be together. Aditi, however, quietly admits that Rishi made his own choice. As the family remains divided, Tanushri warns that Rishi is heading down the wrong path, and both she and Abhimanyu hope he eventually realizes the pain he has caused Aditi. The episode begins with Abhimanyu scolding Rishi for bringing Jhanak into the family discussion. Rishi says he wants to speak in front of Jhanak. Tanushri says, Jhanak is not part of the family, and she doesn't like it when Rishi talks about everything in front of Jhanak. Neelu says Rishi brought Jhanak as a maid to this house, and just because Jhanak is studying, that doesn't mean her status will change. She tells Rishi that Jhanak will be an outsider for them always. Putul tells Rishi that she'll bring Jhanak. She goes inside. Rishi says he wants to talk about his future. Indumati says Rishi and Aditi's divorce won't happen. Rishi asks her not to decide that. Putul brings Jhanak there. Rishi says he wants to marry Jhanak. Tanushri tells him that's not possible. Jhanak agrees with Tanushri. She tells Rishi that he did wrong by saying he wants a divorce. She asks him why he's bringing her in between him and Aditi. She says Rishi can make decisions about his life, but she won't marry him. Neelu says Jhanak can't marry Rishi, so she should stop saying dialogues like this. Jhanak says she's staying there unwillingly and why she's getting blamed for everything. Indumati scolds Jhanak for speaking so much. She says this is Jhanak's real face. Rishi says it's good if Jhanak takes a stand for herself then, and he will be happy. If divorce would be mutual, then also he's ready to fight for his divorce, and he is confident he will win the case because he can prove in court there is no relationship between him and Aditi. He reveals Aditi is his second wife, and he is sure she won't be fine with it. He says Anirudh separated him and Jhanak by deceiving them. Tanushri asks him whether he has become mad. And what about Rishi's love for Aditi? Rishi says love has been changed because he did. Not like the way Aditi treated Jhanak. He tells Jhanak that he won't deny his first marriage. Jhanak asks him to stop it and not ruin everything. Rishi tells her that. He's trying to make everything fine. Indumati tauntingly says suddenly Rishi remembered he has a relationship with Jhanak. Dadabhai says at least Rishi remembers it now. Tanushri tells Rishi that his relationship with his family will end if he wants to keep his relationship with Jhanak. Rishi asks her what he did wrong. He says he fulfilled his responsibility as a son and they can break it if they want then. Sanjabati says it will be Rishi's decision if he wants to accept his first marriage. Then Rishi says Jhanak doesn't have anything, but Aditi doesn't have anything. So what's wrong with what he's doing if he wants to give his name to Jhanak? He says he is accepting his marriage with Jhanak because they are married already. Sanjabati says she thinks Aditi should end her relationship with Rishi because they know how Anirudh forced Jhanak to sign on the papers. And Rishi did not sign on the papers at all. Rishi says his marriage happened with Jhanak with their permission, and it was not a forced one. Abhimanyu taunts Rishi for saying this. Indumati says Rishi keeps changing his statements. Rishi says Jhanak saved his life, so he is indebted to her, and he doesn't want Jhanak to face a fate like Nutan. He tells them this is his final decision, and he will leave the house with Jhanak, if anyone has a problem with it then. Sanjabati and Dhritiman say they don't have any problem with Rishi's decision. Putul says she is happy with Rishi's decision. Tanushri says she won't accept this marriage no matter what. Abhimanyu says Rishi already insulted them so much because of Jhanak, and they can't see Jhanak as a daughter-in-law. Because Rishi brought her as a maid, he announces he and his wife won't accept Jhanak and Rishi's marriage even if it happens. Indumati says she won't agree to it either. Rishi says he wants to know Dadabhai's opinion only. Dadabhai says he wants Rishi and Jhanak to stay happy together always. He hugs Jhanak. On the other side, Aditi asks Anjana to tell about Anirudh and Nutan's relationship. Anjana tells everything to Aditi. Aditi asks why Arshi did not tell her. Everything. Arshi and Anjana for turning Aditi against her. Aditi says she just wants to learn everything. That's it. And she doesn't want revenge, but respect. Anirudh says he will create new life for Aditi. Aditi says she will make a decision after learning the truth. Meanwhile, Bhanumati tells Indranath that she knows he must be thinking about Ankush. Indranath says he is not able to forget anything. Bhanumati says, Indranath did so much for Ankush and still he did this. Indranath praises. Jhanak, the episode ends